Today we'll be starting a fresh topic named Analyzing Consumer Markets. Okay, so till date we have been studying about the STPs, the 4Ps, the customer perceived value, how to position a product, how to price a product. All these things we have been discussing. So this topic is all about consumers. We'll be speaking less about the brands and more about the consumers, because we are actually analyzing the consumer market. So the hashtag over here is consumer behavior. In fact, this itself is a full semester topic in your third year if you choose marketing as a specialization. So let me give a very brief intro to this particular topic. Okay, so it is divided into three topics. The first one is cultural factors. The second one is social factors. The third one is personal factors. So let's speak about the cultural factors. Okay, speaking about culture, a child growing up in the United States is exposed to values such as achievement and success, material comfort, smart work. It's all about money, honey, policy. So he or she is exposed to values such as this. A child growing up in India is exposed to values such as respect for elders, honesty, achievement and success, savings, material comfort. It's not all about money, honey. He or she is also exposed to values such as this. So when you're raised in this particular environment, your buying behavior also changes. The way you purchase products as a Western consumer is quite different from the way you purchase products as an Eastern consumer, especially in a diverse country like India. So as a marketer, you need to understand the underlying culture in various cities, in various countries, in various organizations. You need to be very, very sensitive about this term named culture. McDonald's, they have learnt it the very hard way. So over here in this particular country, consuming beef is just like consuming what? Aloo for the Odias, just like consuming dosas for South Indians. That's how these people consume beef, unfortunately. So this is a culture over here. Steak, they call it steak. This is the culture over here. So as a marketer, you need to understand this particular culture. So once McDonald's has replicated the same STP process and the same Western practices to the Eastern market, especially to India, when they have put beef in between a burger, all the Hindus, they have taken offense. They have taken offense in India. Why? Because cow is a go mata. It's a mother. We worship cow, and you can't put that thing under a burger. That is nonsense. That is, suicidal for your business. So as a manager, you've missed out on the term named culture. You were very good at STP, you were very good at branding, but when it came to culture, you missed it out. So there are many cases where cultural blunders have happened. I'll tell you that in a different class. So this is the thing that I want to bring out. Culture. As a manager, you need to be sensitive about this term named culture. That's the first point. Second is social factors. So in this social factors, an image will be getting displayed in front of you. There is something called as reference groups and family. In reference groups, it is further divided into primary groups and secondary groups. So in primary groups, who are the primary groups? The primary groups are the people that you are directly in touch with. Your friend, your best friend, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your classmates. You are immediately in touch with them. You do have direct access to them. So they form the primary groups, and these primary groups have an influence over your decision making, especially when you want to purchase a product or a service. if it is a risky product or if it's a risky service, these primary groups come into play. So this is what you need to understand as a marketer. Second is secondary groups. In this secondary groups, they are further divided into aspirational groups and disassociative groups. Aspirational groups are those groups where you are actually inspired by that group. I want to be in this particular group. I feel good to be in this particular group. Let's say, I have my spiritual roots with the Art of Living Foundation. So I like to be with the Art of Living crowd, especially if you are in that celebratory mode. So that is my orientation. Some people just want to be with druggies. Some people just want to be with alcoholics. Some people just want to be with those who are atheists. So what is your aspirational group totally depends upon your personality. So as a marketeer, I need to understand, okay, these are my consumers. Via segmentation, I got to know that these people are the ones who are buying my products. These people, whom do they aspire to be? I need to find out. Do they aspire to be a musician? Do they like going to concerts? Do they like going to temples? You need to understand this consumer behavior of your core audience. So in that way, you need to find out the aspirational groups of your customers. So that's why aspirational groups are also into the picture. And you also need to understand the macroeconomic trends or the macro trends which are happening. Like for example, previously, before pandemic, there are two groups which had high brand involvement or high customer engagement. These two groups are the cricketers and the sports people. People used to look up to, not used to, they still look up to sports people and cricketers. The second group is the Bollywood Janta, the Bollywood group. So people used to have high engagement with the Bollywood group. So post pandemic, what has happened? The brand image of the cricketers and the sports people, it's very much intact. But the brand image of these Bollywood celebrities have come down drastically. This is the trend right now. So you as a marketeer, right now you need to stay away from the Bollywood celebrities. You need to be in touch with the cricketers more or any inspirational sports personalities. You need to be dealing with them and forget the Bollywood celebrities, at least for some time. So this is what happens if you're aware of the term named macro trends.